Hey, this is Ryan Jones from Serverless Guru. In this video, we're going to be talking about the serverless framework. When we say serverless, what does that mean? We're going to look at some of the stories that have been written. So the one that I just wrote today was called Serverless Impact. It's about less overhead. So I gave this talk a while back at a meetup. There's me. And basically, it covers what is serverless as well as a benefit of it, which is less overhead, right? So first off, let's kind of cover what is serverless, right? So as you can imagine, with the name Serverless Guru, I've answered this quite a few times. But the way that I like to describe serverless is that obviously it's a new trend, it's a new buzzword. But the biggest thing is that you're using services which are called fully managed on a cloud provider like Amazon or Google. And so what you do is these thousands of engineers put together these services which you can easily tap into to do things like database, website hosting, and you don't have to recreate it from scratch. So the server-less part is basically you have a server, everything is running on a server, but then the less part means that you're not actually doing it yourself, right? So you're not actually the person implementing the server to then run your website. You're not the person implementing the server to run the database. You're using a service from Amazon or Google that's managing the server for you, and then it gives you very plug-and-play APIs where you can say, put this into the database, take this out of the database, website hosting, without any other clicks of buttons or installing Apache or doing anything like that on the server side, right? So you don't need to know Linux to now do website hosting. You don't need to know Linux to spin up a database server. You can just do it. So that's what serverless means. And then why do people use it? You know, as this article goes into, there's less overhead, right? So I think in here I kind of mentioned this, is that there's a barrier of entry currently with a lot of stuff in tech. Serverless allows that barrier of entry to go away because as you're developing applications, you know, just as time goes on, the barrier becomes like exponentially bigger. And that's because of all the new stuff that's coming in. And so serverless takes it one step higher and basically says, all you want to do is get stuff out of a box and put stuff into a box. Why do you care what the box is, right? Like, do you care what color the box is? Do you care what shape the box is? Do you even care it's a box, right? The big thing is that all you want to do is put data into it and get data out. And so for that, that's where serverless comes in, and it lowers that barrier of entry, makes it a lot easier for new developers to come in and be effective.